Hey, what's happening, Storm Chasers? This is Weasel Storm coming back to you with another episode of the Domeeri Chronicles. So today, we are going to be working on... Ow, that's a little bit too close for comfort. I need my space. Thank you. Alright, let's get back into first person mode so I can see where I'm going. But today, we're going to be working down in the mine a little bit more. And I'm tired of running around with just stone tools and a little bit of iron tools. It is time to get us some diamonds. Now, a couple of you noticed in the comments section that I uncovered some of them. We're going to go ahead and go mine those out. I'm sure we'll find more along the way, but that will at least give us a couple of diamond picks. And then we're going to get a floor in because it's taking a bunch of food just hopping up and down. It's still too early in the game to be doing that. So, let's see if I can find my other iron pick that I've got around here somewhere. It might be in my other chest down below. And we will mine out those diamonds and see how many we get. Let me know down in the comments below. Don't cheat. But right now, before I get that pick, before I mine them out, tell me how many you think there's going to be. So, I don't know how many of you saw it. My other iron pick was in my inventory. I'm blind. We did pretty well. We got half a stack of diamonds, and that was without Fortune 3. So what's up with all these people saying they can't find diamonds? I'm sure I'll have more problems later, though. You say, Weasel, you should have gotten 3 and then gone back, gotten Fortune 3 and gone... I know. It's a long-term world, okay? I'm not worried about it. However, I also don't want to run around without armor, so I'm smelting up this gold. I'm going to wear gold armor for a while. I'm just going to ignore iron. I'm going to ignore diamonds for now. The diamonds are going to go for tools. So I'm going to get those made, and again, I want to get that floor in the mines there, and come back and kind of share what we're going to be working on today. The floor is in place, my armor is shiny, finally, and now we are ready to start on today's episode. It looks like I'm kind of glitching out a little bit when I do that, doesn't it? That's a little bit trippy. But there's a couple things that we need to take care of. One, in order to progress any further, then I need to get a couple of enchantments. One would be really nice to have mending. That way I don't have to worry about all my gear breaking. But I need silk touch, because we're going to build some pretty rare blocks on the island here. That being the mushroom stem and the brown mushroom. They don't get used a whole lot, and unfortunately, they are a pain in the butt. That's the reason they don't get used a lot. But in order to get them, you have to have silk touch. I'm not going to waste them by demonstrating, but if I was to break it right now, then it would just disappear. I wouldn't get the block, I wouldn't get any mushrooms from it if I remember correctly, and it would just be gone. So rather than wasting all these and having to regrow them, before I start chopping any of them down, I'm going to go get silk touch. So there was a village over there just the other side of that taiga that we went to last episode and collected all those trees. So I think I'm going to strike out over there again, but we're going to need a lectern. And you can see I've got a bunch of sugarcane growing out around here, but we need books. And what else do we need for books? We need leather. If only I could find some leather. We've got all set up in the village here, and I've trapped all the villagers inside their houses, with the exception of this little guy right here, simply because I don't want anyone coming through, converting them all to zombies, that kind of thing. And I was able to get all that done, so I'm going to go through, I'm going to get all the hay bales, that way I've got more food for later, and I found a lectern in one of these houses. I think I'm just going to use it and see if I can get silk touch from one of the villagers here. So, let's see how many rolls of the dice we gotta make here in order to get that book. So if you look there, you can see the durability on my axe. It's lacking a bit. So I've gone through and gotten the mushroom blocks that we need for our first build here, but I'm lacking some other resources that I can't get here. I'm going to have to travel around a little bit. I need to find a desert. I've got to track down a jungle again because apparently I used the logs that I got. But, oh well. I'm going to have to track down one of those again. And I also need to go into the nether. So I'm going to go gather all those resources. I'm going to make a bucket and get into the nether. And I'll come back right as I'm getting ready to go into the nether. And we'll take a look at the spawn together here. And right there it is. The Silk Touch enchanted book. So we finally got it. 19 emeralds for a book. Let's see how many lecterns we had to place down in order to figure it out. Let's see. Items times placed is what we're looking for. Dropped times broken. Times broken. There we go. And lectern. Where are you at? And it's going to hide from me as usual. Things always hide from me on this page for whatever reason. There we go. Times broken 100. Is that right? Is that the right column? Looks like it. Let's double check. Times used. Okay, so that'd be the times. Second column is the one I needed. So you can go back and look if you want. Probably beat me down there. Let's see. How many was it? It says 0. Okay, well, apparently it took me about 100 tries. Anyway, so it wasn't the luckiest of things. I kept getting all the high level enchants. I got mending. I got sweeping edge 3, thorns 3. I was getting fire protection 4. Everything but what I needed. So, but we finally got it. We're going to go and make us a diamond axe, make us an anvil, and collect the resources that we need for some of our builds here. So let's get back over to the island of Pelegus. So if you look there, you can see the durability on my axe. It's lagging a bit. So I've gone through and gotten the mushroom blocks that we need for our first build here, but I'm lacking some other resources that I can't get here. I'm gonna have to travel around a little bit. I need to find a desert. I've got to track down a jungle again because apparently I used the logs that I got. But oh well. I'm gonna have to track down one of those again. And I also need to go into the nether. So I'm going to go gather all those resources. I'm going to make a bucket and get into the nether. And I'll come back right as I'm getting ready to go into the nether. And we'll take a look at the spawn together here. And in these 3 chests right here are all the supplies that we need in order to build up our first actual build here in Domeeri, or on Domeeri in Pelegus, however you want to put it. You know what I'm trying to say. But we're going to build it right here. And obviously we're still really early in the game, so something I was thinking about, we need some food. And you noticed in one of these chests, I think it was this end one right here, there's a bunch of wheat seeds. So I got to thinking about different styles of houses and that kind of thing. And since it's supposed to be set in the future and you're going to have different types of houses, that kind of thing, I decided to go with a little bit more modern feel with some of the houses that we're going to be building. And I decided to put a green roof on it. we're going to use the roofs. There's not a whole lot of space after you built all the stuff up here on this island, so I decided to use the roofs on three of the houses to grow our food. So over the next couple episodes, we'll work on getting those built first. That way we have a steady food supply and we're not starving to death and trying to figure out what to do now that I've killed all of the shroom cows or mushroom cows or mushrooms, whatever they're called. So we're going to get this built up. I'm going to do it at lightning speed. And there it sits, and you can tell by looking at the roof there, a little bit of time has passed since I got done building there. I went through, I cleaned everything up, just basically got rid of the mess. But I did kind of mess up a little bit while I was building, and I don't know if you caught that there was a little bit of a cut in the time lapse. Usually I have everything prepared beforehand. I forgot to look at my list. No, not my shoes. Sorry about that. Anyway, I keep a list of all the materials that I need for each build as I'm preparing throughout the episode, and I forgot to look at it before I started building, and I had to smelt the blocks that go inside, and I didn't realize it until I was in the process of building. I looked at it, it's like, oh no! So I had to stop the time lapse. I had to go make a small super smelter. I'll show it off a little bit in the next episode, but it turned out pretty well. We'll work on the interiors and stuff next time. It looks a little bit dark in here, but that's okay. We'll get some lighting in here. I wish I could find a way to get rid of these particle effects, though, the water dripping down. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that with the green roof. It's just something I'm going to have to grin and bear. I'm not going to be on the inside of the houses very much anyway, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Mainly it'll just be while I'm working on it. You'll be able to see through the window, but I don't think you can see the water dripping. Not quite sure, but I really love the way that it turned out. Let me know what you think of this build down in the comments below, and until next time, remember to like, subscribe, and keep in mind especially that there is a storm coming. Weasel Storm!